Hello Lefty Wannabes and welcome to my channel Right Left Hand. It is day 328. Let's get started. We are in week 47, so we will write the date, the day, the sentence, both upper and lowercase 2 times, the quote, both upper and lowercase 2 times, increasing numbers and symbols. And the sentence is, bright vixens jump, dozy fowl quack. Again, we're writing that because it's a pangram containing all the letters of the alphabet, and we want to practice those letters in a variety of ways. And the quote is, "The energy of the mind is the essence of life," by Aristotle. Let's go ahead and get started. As per usual, write the day over in the left-hand margin. Day 328. It is the 24th of November, day after Thanksgiving. November 24, 2017. It's Friday, popularly known as Black Friday. And oh yeah, I guess that's all I have to write. Alright, we'll go ahead and get started with our first sentence. So we've only got one more day of writing this particular sentence, and then next week will be on week 48. And then after that, we're going to have a new lesson plan. So hopefully you guys can help me out by providing me suggestions in the comments section. You know, what would you like to see in our next lesson plan? It's only going to go through for the end of the year, so that will comprise of 3 or 4 weeks, or 3.5 weeks or something like that. So make your choices carefully, or make your suggestions carefully, because it's only 3.5 weeks worth. So it's probably only going to be one lesson plan, or one sequence of events, I guess. Because I like to group the weeks into groups of 3. So make your suggestions, and we'll see what we do. It'll be fun, nice to see a little variety. Add what you want, and I'm sure something good will come out of this. Alright, now we'll go ahead and move on to the second form of writing this. The second iteration of writing our sentence. Hopefully everybody had a good Thanksgiving yesterday. Spending time with family, friends, eating good food, stuff like that. And then today, Black Friday, so good day to shop, stuff like that, Alright, and now we'll finish off with our sentence in all caps. But anyways, yeah, Black Friday, pretty notorious for bargains, deals, stuff like that at every single store, both online and like in the physical store. So yeah, it should be good. And now we're done with the sentences, so we'll go ahead and move on to the quote, "The energy of the mind is the essence of life," by Aristotle. And this one might take up 2 lines, so probably have to change or move the camera a little bit so that you can see the rest of today's work easily. Or who knows, it depends how long this, we'll see. In fact, it looks like it might just take up 1 line, so maybe I won't have to move down. But sometimes I write a little bit bigger, sometimes I write a little bit smaller, so I wouldn't be surprised if in the all caps I'll have to move to the second line. But anyways, having this quote, is basically talking about what you think, what's going on in your head is kind of like the manifestation or the real substance of your life. So whatever you spend your time musing, thinking about, that's kind of like who you are. So I guess be careful what you think about. If it's weird, it may make other people think you're weird. And so you don't want people to think that about you. So hopefully you're not too weird. If you are, I'm sure it's not a problem. All right, we'll go ahead and write this second time, both lowercase and uppercase. I know when I explain the lesson plan for today, I always say both upper and lower, but I always write it lower first and then upper. But because it makes sense to say upper and lower, because you always start with the magnitude of things, how big something is or how great it is, and you go in decreasing order. So in this case, uppercase is bigger. So we're going to start with uppercase and go down the list to uppercase. But when I write, I like to start with lowercase because it makes sense to see lowercase because that's what most people write in. And then it's cool to move on to uppercase and see how it's different, how you can add or do things differently in order to compare it to lowercase. Because most people don't write in all caps. I do know some people who do. And that's just the way that they write. It looks fine, but for me, I prefer to write in lowercase. So I think I'm better at lowercase. At least I hope I am. But who knows? I don't. You guys can judge that. Be the judge of that for yourself. All right, we'll go ahead and move on to the numbers, and I'll move this so that you can see what I write for the rest of the day a little bit easier. So we'll go ahead and move on to the numbers. We're starting on 2141 all the way up to 2160. And write these nicely because it's a little bit shaky writing those. I don't know if it's because I'm tired or excited or I don't know. But today my handwriting is a little bit shakier. Not a big deal. But you can definitely see it affects my writing. And sometimes I guess that can be an issue. Hopefully I can write with a steady hand for the rest of this. But I know that when I write bigger, the shakiness is a little more apparent. So as you can see, I wrote a little bit smaller there, and I think it looks a little bit better. Anyways, second decade to move on to. I also know that when I write slowly, sometimes that also makes it a little more shaky. So I've got to write quickly, crisply, and neatly, and a little bit smaller if I want it to look nicer. Just for today, usually I like to write bigger. But it's just a little hard today for some reason, but not a problem. Everybody has their off days, even with writing. Even with my right hand, sometimes the handwriting is really bad. So just got to deal with it sometimes. All right, and we'll go ahead and finish up with the symbols. These should be easy and shouldn't take too long because it's not too bad. It's pretty easy. I like to do it and stuff like that. This is probably the best parentheses I've written. So I think that's an accomplishment in and of itself. Get these last symbols taken care of. And the punctuation, the period to end it all. Anyways, there you have it, day 328. Thanks for watching. Come back tomorrow and every day to practice with me. Alrighty, goodbye.